Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KST. Welcome back for those of you who are revisiting, and for those of you who it is your first time, welcome to Chat with KST. I'm your girl Kay, and this is an entertainment podcast where we kind of just sit down, discuss like celebrities and what's going on in media, just to kind of be entertained by it all, but also to be informed, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into our topics, but before we do, just want to give you guys the quote of the day. So welcome to today, October the 30th, and today's quote of the day is to challenge yourself to find the good and beautiful thing inside of everyone. It's there. It's your job to find it, not their job to show it to you. So I want to challenge you guys to find something beautiful about every single person you guys come across today, and for the rest of your life, of course, but definitely try to make the effort to see the beauty in people, because I feel like sometimes we kind of expect people to do cartwheels in front of us for us to kind of see how amazing they are. So when we as human beings are able to just look at our fellow brothers and sisters and be like, hey, yo, you're a dope person, like, um it makes the world, for me, I think, a better place. But anyway, let's jump into these topics. Last time we ended off on Erica Mina. Um, Not Erica Mina, on Azel E discussing Erica Mina. So, real quick, I should have even asked you guys this before. How was y'all's weekend? My weekend was pretty dope. I spent the weekend hanging with my mom, hanging with my friends. So it was a pretty dope weekend. I thought I actually kicked this cold that I've been battling for since last week, and it seems like I didn't kick it, because like I had to wake up this morning and, being the Jamaican that I am, drink some tea and kind of like try to revive myself and get ready to do our podcast. But yeah, I hope you guys had a dope weekend. But let's jump into these topics now. DJ Envy and his friend, or not even friend, but his investment buddy, they've been getting a lot of flack lately for the backhanded deals that they may be involved in, right? And with that being said, DJ Envy did all that he can to basically remove himself from the situation and kind of say, hey, I was just the messenger. I'm not the person that actually did these backhanded deals. I thought it was authentic myself. I even got robbed myself, right? So that's the position that DJ Envy has decided to take in. Now, Caesar looked like, hey, buddy, you've been up to a lot, but let's see what Caesar has to say. According to the Shade Room, Caesar Pina speaks out about the alleged real estate scheme and says DJ Envy doesn't have anything to do with the lawsuits against him. DJ Envy was never in the room with me. Now, my thing is, I can appreciate the fact that Caesar did decide to take accountability for the situation that he has found himself in. I feel like as human beings, we have a tendency to, oh no, you was with me, you was with me, you was with me, when we kind of knew that we did people wrong. So I think it's kind of amazing that he is able to take that accountability and not allow DJ Envy to kind of be his fall guy. Now, does that remove DJ Envy from all dealings as it pertains to the situation? Of course not. He's being sued. But let's see what he had to say, Mr. Caesar Pina.
you touch success, right, you get all these people that want to be around you, right? Everybody wants to be a friend. Everybody wants to just touch you, right? Because like, oh my God, I touched this guy, he'll change my life, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm successful, right? I was successful. Everybody wants to be my friend. Everybody wants to be around me. As soon as shit hits the fan, all these people that have profited from my success, which there's more people that profited from my success than the people that are suing me. But yeah, all these people that profited from my success, all the people that I have bailed out of jail, all the people that I have put cars in my name, apartments in my name, helped them with down payments for houses, helped them with this, helped them with when they can't pay their rent. Where are these people at? I don't see them, but yet I got all the haters. The one thing I am gonna say, whenever you touch success, right, you get right all the Tony Baloney fans. They're on my page. You're going to jail. Pay the people. But yet, there's two, three sides to every story, right? I have 20 lawsuits. Out of those 20 lawsuits, a lot of those people I don't owe money to because everybody's suing me because they're like, oh my God, this guy's successful. I could sue him. I could sue him. I could sue him. Or I'm going to get this money, right? Then you have all these people being what's the word? Coerced? Whatever it is, whatever the word is, right? To sue people affiliated with me just because they're a bigger name, right? They're a bigger name than me. And that's the situation that breaks my heart the most is how in all these lawsuits, these 20 lawsuits, DJ Envy was never in the room. DJ Envy has nothing to do with any of these 20 lawsuits of these people that are suing me. And it sucks, bro. It pisses me off that all these people, right, all the Tony Baloney fans, they're bashing DJ Envy, from Master Flex, Rick Ross, every single person. Because what you people gotta understand is that DJ Envy is so successful in hip hop that, as far as a DJ, that people just don't like him. And even though I love DJ Envy, but 9 out of 10 people don't like him. I don't know why. You know what's that about? I don't know if DJ Envy's a bad tipper. I don't know what it is. Well, he is a bad tipper. I'm not gonna lie, he's a bad tipper. Sorry, Em. But you got this guy, Tony the Closer, making talking like there's a narrative, right? And people don't see it. I talk shit about DJ Envy. I talk shit about Caesar. I'm selling my girl's ugly ass boots. I talk about DJ Envy. I talk about Caesar. I talk shit about Jenny Tips. I'm selling a real estate course. I talk about Caesar. I talk about DJ Envy. I'm selling an ugly ass t-shirt. And people don't see that, right? Bashing DJ Envy, from Master Flex, Rick. Instead of having a conversation with somebody that's been successful for all these years, I have a track record from 2017 to 2022 of no lawsuits, no problems. Then this guy starts bashing me. I got a little lawsuits, right? And again, it is what it is. If I owe, I owe. Nobody is here saying that I'm a victim. I don't give a. I'm gonna be honest with you. People come on my page that I don't owe money to or have any deals with, and they're talking shit all day. All these trolls, right? I wish all these people would put this energy to actually get a job or be successful at something, right? Tony the Closer doesn't own any real estate. He's a fake real estate guru, right? I'm the real deal. Even though now I'm going through some shit that I got to deal with, that I'm a man first. So whatever I am responsible for, I am responsible for. And if I hurt, instead of having a conversation.
All right. So that's what Mr. Caesar had to say. Now, I feel like Caesar, I like the fact that he is in his accountability bag. I do like the fact that he points out the reason because like he said, there's always three sides to a story. It's your side, mine, and the truth. So I do feel like there is the element of DJ Envy having a bigger name, so people wanting to bash him or associate DJ Envy with the scamming and other people that, Caesar has been associated with. But I feel like there's also the element of like, if you put your face on a product and the product isn't good, yes, you should blame the product personnel or the business owner of the product, the company owner. But we tend to be like, oh, well, this celebrity or this person is a la 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 because they made me buy the product and the product was not good. Right. So I feel like there's a lot of moving pieces going on, as it pertains to this, as it pertains to many of these stories that I see, where one person can't be completely wrong, but one person also cannot be completely right. Now, I just feel like what Caesar needs to do is, handle the lawsuits and like kind of do his thing under the radar. He said he's a successful man. Continue to do the things that make you successful and stay away from the things that bring forth, these issues and problems. I think people were more so concerned about DJ Envy's involvement into this. So finding out that, hey, you know what, from the horse's mouth, from Caesar's mouth, hey, he was never in the room, so I don't even know why his name is being called. It kind of puts some relief on some of us who were looking at DJ Envy like, okay, Envy, what's going on? You know what I mean? But anyway, good luck to Caesar and his 20 lawsuits. All right. All right. Now, according to the Shade Room, Rihanna's Super Bowl's halftime performance now holds the Guinness World Record for the largest TV audience in Super Bowl halftime history. Shout outs to Rihanna. Rihanna has been doing her thing since day one. Pon the replay. DJ, when you turn the music up, I'm the gal from the dance floor, one cent some money. Yeah, Rihanna been doing her thing like forever. And I think what kind of happens sometimes is, I think this is like the art of like artistry, or I don't know, like the art of being famous. I feel like Rihanna and Beyonce has like mastered this, and I think Nicki is also like mastered it. Just a little comparison between the three real quick, right? Rihanna and Beyonce has learned the art of, hey, yes, it's good to be in the public eyes, but it's also good to be missed. So Rihanna not putting out her album in so long. Rihanna not putting out really much of any new music. I know she did do the song for Black Panther, but nothing much outside of that. Your audience miss you, so we kind of there become your demand becomes more high. We are now in demand. We want you, we want to see you, we want to hear you. So of course everyone is going to show up and show out for Bad Gal Riri. You know what I mean? I feel like and that's just how it is, I think, with even Beyonce in this Renaissance tour, with her not being someone that's constantly in the media every single day like some celebrities can be. I feel like that art of like, hey, I miss you as an artist and not constantly being like put in front of our faces. I feel like with Nikki, she's mastered the art of being private as well, and like kind of like allowing people to miss her. However, with Nikki's like, you ain't gonna miss me for too long. Here's this freestyle, here's this rap song, here's this pop song. Keep me in your mind. I may not be like bringing all my stuff to the internet, but blah blah blah, but you're going to remember who I am and that I still does this, right? So, let's listen to Riri. Pay me what you want it. Call it bigger than LeBron. Pay me your money. Who y'all
Think
think
y'all
y'all
frontin'
fronting
on?
on? Like blah blah blah.
Louis
Louis
13
13
and it's all on me. You
just
just
bought
bought
a
a
shot.
on my
Uh-huh. So that is Bad Gyal Riri. All right. So record write up from the Guinness World Records site. Who Rihanna? What? Oh, sorry about that. 1,021,017,000 people. Where? The United States, Glendale, when February the 12th, 2023. The Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show by Rihanna at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona on February the 12th, 2023 attracted a TV audience of 1.21 million concurrent viewers, according to an adjusted report by data collection specialist Nelson on May the 2nd, 2023. The revised figure leaped from 118 million viewers and nudged Rihanna ahead of Katy Perry's Super Bowl halftime show on February the 1st, 2015, which was watched by a reported 121 million TV viewers. All right. So this is just the stats showing that, hey, Rihanna is still that girl. All right. So, according to Neighborhood Talk, someone had posed this question. Hollywood, the person's name is at the real Basia. But anyway, she says, you bitches who don't check phones are strong as fuck. No, we are not that strong. And I think that's why we don't check. We put faith in the relationship in God and other things and just don't focus on that man's phone because we know that nothing conducive will come from it, especially if we know ourselves enough to know that we ain't gonna go nowhere. We're just not gonna start those problems. We're just gonna move on. Now, for you girlies who are really strong, you guys are gonna check and you guys are gonna fight and argue and do as you please. But I'm not checking no one's phone. Likewise, you're not checking mine. It's not your business. It's not my business. What you say you're gonna do is what you gonna do, and what I say I'm gonna do, that's what I say I'm gonna do. There's no reason for me to try to validate what's going on in your life through your phone. Um, I like that's just the way that that's just the way the cookie crumbles for me. I feel like in the past when I have checked phones, it had led to an argument and then we make up. We make up. So let's just skip all of that and you stay over there. And then it also allows me the privacy that I feel like I want, right? I also want that privacy to not feel like, okay, I can like write some shit in my phone and not feel like you're going to read it 2 seconds later. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, just boundaries. But anyway, moving along. All right. So Dwight Howard, he's basically saying, mind your business, right? Now, in addition to Dwight Howard telling us as his fans and as people to mind our business, one of his people decided to come out. The only thing is, like, I think this guy like had signed like an NDA agreement. So he's like, oh hey, you know what, Dwight is out now, I can talk. But we're like, you signed an NDA. I don't think you can talk, even if he is out now. Let Dwight do all the talking and you guys be quiet. I just feel like as it pertains to this situation where we find ourselves in where people are like out in each other and stuff like that, I feel like first of all, with the LGBTQIA community, if you are a part of it, shout out to you. What's up? What's up? What's up? Howdy's you? But I feel like your community, we as straight folks, we've been told to not give our opinion on the problems that you guys are having in your community. We've been told to mind our business and blah blah blah. Don't poke our nose. Well, my nose is gonna be all up in your business today. Okay. I feel like as a people being a part of the LGBTQIA community, and I'm not speaking to Dwight, I'm speaking to the person who outed who chooses to like out, because the thing is I can't even say that this guy that Dwight Howard is being sued by outed him, because there is this element of a pending lawsuit, you know what I mean? So it's like the guy didn't out him, he's suing him because he's saying, hey, it wasn't consensual. So I feel like the Dwight Howard situation doesn't really like mesh to exactly what I'm going to say, but the Dwight Howard situation is the reason why I'm going to say it, right? I feel like with the LGBTQIA community, you guys say, hey, look, I am who I am and it does not matter. So if it does not matter, why do you feel the need to out people, right? If you're who you are, this person is who they are, they've chosen to be with you. Why do you now feel the need to out them to the public? That I feel like is like reversed homosexual, I'm not homosexuality, reversed what's that word, why am I drawing a blank, um homophobia. I said homosexuality, no, homophobia. I know it was one of those words, but it's like reversed homophobia. Like if you're okay and you're comfortable in your skin, there shouldn't be an element of out in anyone, because then there's the element of secrecy of something not being right that this person is doing. Because if you're conducting yourself in a way that you've accepted, and not only accepted but know is correct and right in who you are, then there shouldn't be any element of out in somebody. You out someone when there is a secret, when there is like embarrassment, shame, when there is all these icky emotions that we don't want to bring forth to the light. So it's like, my dude, like if what you're doing is right and accepted and you are who you say you are, then what are you out in anybody for? What are you out in anybody for? But anyway, moving along from that, I feel like Dwight Howard has accepted who he is in terms of his sexuality. And I don't think that we as the audience, as the fans, should kind of make much comments on that. I feel like we should allow people to be who they are. Now, I'm not saying that we have to accept, conform or transform our beliefs to another human being. It's just accepting that, hey, it's like religions, right? There are some people who are who believe in Buddhism. There's some people who believe in being a Muslim, some people who believe in Christianity, some people who believe in Rastafarian, right? And for me, it's just about, oh, hey, you're Muslim. Hey, what's up, girl? Blah, blah, blah. I accept you for who you are and what your beliefs are, but my beliefs are mine. So be who you are. Don't tell me to conform to being a Muslim. Like I won't tell you to conform to being a Christian. I'm just going to be a Christian authentically. And if that draws you in, then it draws you in. But I'm not going to go out of my way to try to change your beliefs. And that's just how I kind of feel on this whole LGBTQIA stuff. Now, let's jump directly into the story. And the reason why I went off on that tangent is because this is what has been illuminating in my mind as it relates to the Dwight Howard situation, and kind of seeing the feedbacks and comments that are being made. I just feel like as human beings, we are way too involved into this man's story, right? Into this man's sex life. But let's kind of move on to the specific story. So, according to the neighborhood talk, Dwight Howard's alleged former lover from 2018 violates the NDA agreement to comment on his current case. It so the guy's exact words, his former lover's exact words were, it finally comes out that he goes to sex parties and preys on younger men. Hmm. Let me just look through some of these things. Yeah. I think we had discussed the oops, sorry. We had discussed the we had discussed, excuse me. We had discussed the allegations against Dwight Howard, what Dwight Howard had um had said in regards to everything being consensual between him and this man. Now, real quick, I didn't mention this earlier. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can always see the visuals. But if you were listening to the audio podcast on Spotify or Apple, you'll only be able to hear the audio. So if you are looking for that visual component to your podcast and you want to see the topics, see me, see everything that I'm talking about and kind of see everything live, you can check us out on YouTube. Now back to Dwight Howard. Now we've read all of this, so I don't really want to go into all of this. I was kind of looking through it. Um, the only new component to the Dwight Howard story for now. I think there's more going to be developing as this the like as the list as I go through the list of topics, because I feel like I came across more. But for now, this former lover violates the NDA agreement and comes out. Now, the thing with the Dwight Howard situation that is a little bit sticky is that it's like it has that Trace Songz element to it where the things they're doing, like we don't really care what you guys are doing, but it has this predatory element to it where even though he violated the NDA, he says that Dwight Howard goes to sex parties and preys on younger men, knowing that Dwight Howard is actually being sued because what happened between him and the other guy was not consensual. So I feel like with Dwight Howard, I have no issues with him being gay, bisexual, whoever you do in your bedroom. Look, do them, okay? Do them. Um I think where I may stumble up on an issue for Dwight Howard is where these people are feeling preyed upon, where these people are feeling violated. And I feel like Dwight Howard just need to check in and say, hey, you know what am I doing with these? Like, how am I showing up as it relates to these relationships that I'm developing? Like, am I being too aggressive? How am I coming off to these men for them to feel preyed upon or like what you call it, or like feel like something isn't consensual? I feel like as a celebrity, Dwight Howard does need to protect himself. And when I say protect himself, I mean protect his reputation, but also his flipping finances. Dwight Howard, you have worked too hard to be where you are. So moving forward, my advice to Dwight Howard would be, hey, you know what, make sure before you do this, people already all in your business now, you pop your camera on, get the contract out, not only the NDA but this consensual contract out, that hey, we're about to partake in these activities and you don't feel coerced, you don't feel not preyed upon, you don't feel nothing, because we're not going to allow these things to ruin Dwight Howard's reputation. Again, it has nothing to do with his sexuality. It has all to do with the little rumors like, oh, preyed upon, unconsensual, like those little things. And I feel like not to victim blame or knock the victim. I just feel like when outing someone doesn't quite work, I feel like that's the other route people tend to take. So just saying, again, not accusing anyone of anything, just saying, I was speaking to my boyfriend this weekend and last week actually, and something that he told me was, hey, okay, if you're going to do this podcast and stuff, right? Instead of taking the approach of bashing, the celebrities and talking negatively about them, like 95% of the internet does, give them like dig deep into what you perceive from the situation and give them advice. So I feel like I'm going to take my boyfriend's opinion because he's a very smart guy. And yeah, like I don't have to get up on here and bash Dwight Howard. Like, Dwight, protect your shit and don't let nobody for whatever reason ruin your reputation or take all your finances. So now you know how to navigate the situations moving forward and get that contract and that camera and you're good. Okay? And for those of and it also protects these other men, right, who say they've been preyed upon, they've done things that weren't consensual. Now you can either choose to consent not only in real life but also on paper. So I feel like it kind of saves Dwight Howard and these other men from these sticky situations we see coming up in the media. All right, now, according to Neighborhood Talk, let's jump into the next topic because I was a little bit long winded on the Dwight Howard situation. And guess what? Dwight Howard situation, it does need the attention that it needs because it is a very sensitive matter. But anyway, let's jump into Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors' ex officially arrested on assault charges. DA will reportedly not prosecute her despite the evidence. My opinion on this is when it's a man, especially a black man, that is accused of something, he's going to be pursued the full extent of the law. But when it comes to females, especially white ones, they kind of get away with a pat on the wrist for the things that they do. I see like I've seen women falsely accuse these black celebrities of rape and stuff like that. And when it the truth comes to light, it's like, oh yeah, she's just gonna go about her business. This man's reputation and back has been ruined, but we're gonna move along, right? I feel like that element has to stop where there is this double standard. Yes, there are double standard in the world for women and men and how we should operate, right? That's just natural, innate. However, I do feel like if a woman falsely accuses a man of a crime and he is about to literally go to jail and lose out on a lot because of these accusations, I do feel like the woman should be pursued for her false accusations. Now, I'm not saying get a girl, 20 to life, but I am saying a calm 3 to 6 months will have you rethinking doing this again to someone, right? It will have you rethinking this, especially if you were the one that was in the wrong. So I just kind of see it as that. But anyway, moving along. All right. So I'm not quite familiar with Jalen Hurts, but and again, I know. I see people in passing, I see people in movies, but keeping up with their life behind the scenes is a new path for me. So if I see someone that I may not be too familiar with, guys, don't judge me. It's just because I haven't taken this route to kind of look behind the scenes at the lives of the celebrity. Like, I'll just watch the movie, listen to the song, and go about my business. Don't really care too much to know who you are behind the scenes. So now I'm not too familiar with Jalen Hurts, but we love a Thames. So basically Jalen and Thames meet at a 100 event. And just the rumors, people are trying to say, hey, they seem interested or they seem a little bit like, some people are saying, hey, Thames don't seem the least bit interested. And some people are saying, ooh, what kind of rendezvous y'all got going on over here? Like, what is going on? And, like, we like to make a thing, but I do believe, hey, once you're in Hollywood, you do get invited to these events. You are going to get cozy with people. You have upcoming projects that you might end up working on. You network, you open up yourself to a whole different venture. So I don't think what is going on between Thames and Jalen like is like romantic, but then again, you never know, right? But let's look at the interaction. So of course, those of you who are listening to this on a podcast, you can't really see it. But basically, Thames and Jalen are having a conversation. Um, Again, I don't feel like it's anything out of general networking, but hey, it did happen, so we're going to discuss. This British William story has been plastered all over the internet. You know what? We'll come back to that because I don't think I really want to discuss her. Anyway, let's move on. So remember last time we sat down, we spoke about Summer Walker being a potential mean girl because of all the things she did to Krishan in terms of mimicking Krishan at her worst points in life. So Summer Walker responds to the critics, right? And Summer Walker says she was just joking with her video about Krishan. I know the generation doesn't understand how to actually just laugh and move on. So she says, please do not take my humor too serious. My favorite comedians are Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, and Cat Williams. They say shit and don't give a fuck. I know the generation doesn't understand how to actually just laugh and move on. And I think we did actually jump into her response last time we sat down. But hey, here we are back again. So just to reiterate, I feel like Summer Walker can be a mean girl when she is ready. She did mention that she was going to be entering into her villain era. I just feel as though Summer Walker. All right. Let's step into the advice bag and not the dragon bag, right? I just feel like Summer Walker needs to kind of focus a little bit more on her career, kind of focus a little bit more on her own reputation and just kind of like do like take the Beyonce route, take the Nicki route, take the Rihanna route. Like, hey, you're my coworker. When we show up to these events, these Hollywood events, these Holly weird events, whatever you want to call them, I'm here, you're here. Hey girl, hey sis. And move the hell along, right? Let's leave the commenting for the commenters. We as coworkers don't have to really speak on each other. And I feel like someone worker should take that approach and choose to not speak on her coworkers again. All right. Anyway, let's move on. So this is an audio of Remy Ma and her performing for her crowd. Now let's a video. Let's just watch it, right? What's your name? All right, I don't want to really play too much of I'm conceited because look, these copyrights really do be hitting. But this is Remy. Now, first thing first, Remy looks gorgeous. Let's just put that out there. Now, I'm not the biggest Remy Ma fan as of late. I really was a Remy Ma fan back in the days, but not really the biggest Remy Ma fan. Just because I feel like some of the things that she do as being a more mature person, I'm able to like kind of assess and be like, all right, Remy, you ain't have to go that route. So kind of in those situations, I feel like I've kind of pulled away from Remy Ma. But look, wrong is wrong and right is right. Now, if y'all can't look at Remy and see that Remy is serving, I feel like her outfit is serving, I feel like her body is giving body. But oops, I'm here trying to fix this thing. But real quick, right? When I saw this performance, I wanted to say one, congrats to Remy. She has had her hit record conceded that never ever ever gets old. Like it hasn't grown old. Not for anyone, right? And I feel like congrats to her on that. What I did want to bring up, did y'all peep the other day? Because I like saw it in the media, but I didn't really too comment on it, on the fact that she allegedly cheated on Papoose with her new artist. Guys, how are we feeling about Remy Ma potentially cheating on Papoose? I want to ask y'all, how do you guys feel about this? Because for me, I feel like if it was the other way around, right? And I'm not saying Remy isn't getting dragged. I'm not saying she's not getting dragged. I'm just saying if it was the other way around where she held down Papoose and Papoose was cheating or whatever the case may be, the internet would have been in an uproar. They would have been in an uproar. I don't know if it's the respect that we have for their black love, why we haven't really like said too much like, yo, Remy, like, you know? But what I am going to say is Papoose has always been devoted to his wife. So I hope that that devotion can help them get through this hurdle that they are going through. Hopefully it's all just rumors and Remy really didn't cheat, right? That would be the hope of all of this. And if she did, hopefully Papoose can forgive her and she can agree to not do so again. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. Like, what happened the other day with these rumors about her and the guy? It was like the girl and it was like the Remy and this artist. They're like at the rap show after hearing that Papoose had like beat somebody up behind stage, and the rapper that he's rapping against, because they're doing battle rap, like literally like eats him up and like embarrasses Remy. But you know what, I just feel like Remy should know what she is doing. I tend to, here's the advice, right? As my boyfriend told me to do, I feel like Remy, we are, you're older than me of course, but I just feel like sometimes when we find ourselves in certain situations, you know, all common sense, all wisdom that we have acquired for over these years tend to go out the window because we're going off of emotions and not the knowledge that we have accumulated. So let's just reiterate, remember, why did I Get Married 1 and 2 by Tyler Perry. Don't leave the 80 for the 20. Remy, if you need to go and watch that movie, go watch that movie. And yeah, let's move on. Okay, now okay, so this guy, B from the Sea, says, these the places these Delulu ass chicks think you finna take them on the first date. So remember the other day, this list came out from a group of women who say, hey, these are the dates we don't want. It had cheesecake on it, it had a lot on it. And I spoke up against this and I said, hey, men out there, this is not my list. You can definitely take me to cheesecake. Shrimp scampi is like my favorite. So yeah, you know, a lot of us didn't quite agree with the list, but B from the Sea was like places these Delulu ass chicks want you to actually take them on the first date. So he's saying, oh, so this is what y'all want. He says Ruth Chris, swimming with the dolphins, skydiving, helicopter rides, chart house, steakhouse, Calford Chop House, Jamaica, to the bank to withdraw all of your money, to pay their light bill, to the car dealership to buy a Hellcat, to the to Tay to wig to install their wig, to Dr. Miami for a BBL. Look, if this did not make you laugh, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. Um, I feel like women in today's society, we like. Not that like we do have a high expectations as it relates to men, but like what like I was thinking about this morning about the dynamics between men and women and how everything has shifted. And the thing that came to me was survival of the fucking fittest. Like, as women, we grew up with seeing a portrayal of men and women not in the light that we wanted to see women and men portrayed. And women said, hell no, I'm not going to do this stay at home stuff anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be walked all over. I'm changing up entirely how I move. So women are getting back into their bag. They're getting back into their bag, and they're like, hey, this is what I want from you. What I want to add my little 2 cents in and say, hey, are we going too far? Right? I feel like there is this element of increasing your standards and not allowing yourself to be a walkover, like, all the women of history, like, even like listening to the songs. Like, y'all ever remember like growing up with your mom and she has like Whitney playing, Mary J. Blige, like she has all these old school songs playing, and you just there like listen to once you saw a song on repeat over and over and over for all these years, you just listen to the song. And as a child, you're not quite understanding the words. So you grow up now as a child and you're like, listen to the song and you're like, did Whitney just fucking say that? Is that what I've been singing all this fucking time? You're saving all your love for this man? What? Your friends tell you to leave this man alone? But you still want this man, like, it is just a lot. So I say this to say, to compare the thought processes of the women back in the day and women now. Not to say that there aren't women now who think like the women did back in the day, but I am saying that there is an surgence of women being totally different, increasing their standards, bossing up, and saying, hey, what those 80s and 90s women went through, 2000, I'm not going through it. I'm not going through it. And they've decided to take a different approach. I just feel like, hey, girlies, you guys are being the baddest of the baddest. Just don't take it too far. Don't take it too far. Now, this list, of course, was just comedy. I would hope you don't take me to get me a BBL. Um, right on our first date, but hey, if you're trying to pay a light bill, that'll be cool. I'm just joking. Anyway, and Drink Champs calls out for intertune. Oops, I said intertune. What is going on? Okay, read. So Drink Champs is called out for interviewing a seemingly under the influence Kodak Black. People will really sit and watch you die slow. Now, honestly, before I play this clip, this is just a um an example of how the industry has played their celebrities for a very long time. Like, drunk, high, we don't care, show up. The people love you. Let's get this show moving. And I feel like this is just an example of how showbiz has always been. So to actually see um this happening, I feel like it's not a shocker to us, but it being called out is definitely a good thing. So let's just kind of look at this and see what the people had to say.
want some champagne or y'all good?
Yeah. Nigga, fuck with a champagne.
Yes, I could have played relationships better with Carisha.
Fuck that, y'all take a quadruple shot.
No. On you.
I'm back here. That boy Ross had showed me shit one time. You know what I'm saying? Snatching all food from the table. Big boy and T.I. tried to get me kicked up off the label. Kanye, like, I felt like I could be his mentor or something.
OGB.
I ain't straight just got a certain, like, a little effect that he do to motherfuckers and shit. I don't like how loud trying to pay crazy. They'll put that. It was so you did a song with 6ix9ine, bro. Yeah, did you see it? Ain't it, bro? So be like, who made this nigga governor up there? Like, you could just, like, you got to answer. You the spokesperson with this shit, and you feel like, how the fuck could you try to dismember me from the real nigga club?
Kodak.
All right. So, Pretty Problem comments on this video of a little snippet of the Drink Champs interview with Kodak Black, and excuse me, and it's a burp. So Pretty Problem says, seeing Kodak geeked like this, that seeing Kodak geeked like that on Drink Champs hurt my feelings. People will really sit around and watch you die slow. My dog need rehab bad. Now, one of the commenters said, in the comments of the neighborhood talk, Lolo Banks said, he was like that when he showed up. He knew what he was on. So did his fans hold him accountable. So I can see that many people have different opinions on this. Another person says, it's a drinking podcast. He probably is just drunk. Y'all over exaggerating everything. Now, as it relates to Kodak Black, I can say allegedly, it does seem as if he has been off of it for a while now. I feel like even with him allegedly going into the hospital, the rumors circulating about him being in the hospital, I feel like you could tell that something was off, right? And I am not someone who, you know, like how some people, they be like, oh, I'm able to spot an addict out of anywhere because I grew up around that. Me, I can't really spot like the symptoms or signs of someone high off of drugs. So I don't want to sit here and say that, hey, he was definitely high off of drugs, he was definitely drunk. I don't want to say these things. What I do want to say though is Kodak, with him going in and out the hospital, with his eyes look bulged and dazed out in like all his little lives and stuff that he does, I do feel like there is something there, but I can't tell you what that thing is, right? I can't pinpoint it and say, oh, he's doing drugs, oh, he's doing this, oh, he's doing that. What I can say is he seems off, right? My best friend, she had went to a show with Nikki, with a few other guys and stuff like that, and I did see Kodak perform. She has sent me the video of stuff like that of Kodak performing 4K video, everything, and this was like before all the rumors of him doing drugs. This is before all the rumors of his eyes being bulged out. Not rumors, but seeing his eyes being bulged out. And he seemed really fine. Like he seemed fine. He seemed, his audience, his fans love him. I think he's like Haitian or something, so you saw the Haitian flags coming out. Like he seemed really in tune. So seeing this other Kodak on Drink Champs, he doesn't seem like the same person, but not that he still doesn't seem like the same person. He just seems like something was off, right? Now, whatever that thing may be, him and his people only know. I just feel like it is really sad that, like as human beings, we pray for this success, we pray for this fame, we pray for the adoration, we want it all, we want the money, we want all of this. But then when we do have it, circumstances and things around us pull us down to our weakest points, right? And then that's not even the get you gotcha. It's like once you're at once you're at your weakest points, it's like, where are your people? The people that you've helped, right? The people that you've loved, the people that you've been there for, right? Where are they? And that's the get you gotcha. And I'm like, you should have people around you. I get it. It's lonely at the top, but I feel like in Kodak's situation, he needs people around him, people who genuinely loves and cares about him and want to see him better, even if it's not drugs, even if it's something else, like whatever that has him off and not showing up as himself. I feel like he should have someone who loves him and cares about him enough to be like, "Hey, yo, Yak, let's sit down. We're dealing with this. We are dealing with this. You're way too rich, way too famous to not deal with this, right?" And I feel like, hey, he needs that person in his corner. And it just sucks that with all this fame, with all this wealth, he doesn't quite have that. So I'm kind of in agreement with Pretty Problem that, people will watch you die and not really say anything, especially if you're someone who's made it in the industry or something like that. Now, let's jump into Miss Tasha K. So what we want to do is, we're not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play this Tasha K thing because basically we listened to it our last show. I think later on in the show, if we get to it, we'll be able to listen to Cardi B's response to Tasha K, and I'll be able to give you guys commentary on that. But as for now, just giving y'all a baseline as to what started this whole thing off. Tasha K says she reached out to Cardi B with words of encouragement after Cardi B got into a Twitter spat with trolls and talked about ending her life. So when Cardi B said, hey, she wanted to hurt herself and like kind of make everything, like end everything for her, Tasha K is like, hey, you can't do that. Like, who will teach me? Who will be there? Who will be there to call me out? Who will be there to hold me accountable? People love you, blah, blah, blah. So that's what Tasha K like kind of posted towards to Cardi B. And I feel like, hey, you know what? Everyone in life, like everyone in life, I feel like have their moments where, hey, if we fighting and we giving it up. But there's also the element to like the human element to you, like, hey, it's time to end things, right? And I feel like Tasha K was kind of reaching that breaking point of, hey, let's call a truce, or not even let's call a truce, but I see this thing happening to you, and I don't want that to happen to you. Like in Jamaica we say, I wouldn't even wish this on my worst enemy, right? So it's like, she's like, hey, and I feel like that's essentially what Tasha K is saying. Hey, whatever you're going through, I want you to get through it, right? So let's move along. Of course, we'll bring up Tasha K and Cardi B later on in the show. Now, this is just a Megan the Stallion celebration post. She is looking gorgeous. Gorgy. Nails on point, makeup on point, hair on point, outfit, body is bodying. Yeah, Meg, just keep doing yo. All right. So let's jump into Kaya. I've never ever spoken on Kaya. Um my neck, my back, like my booty and my crack. But Kaya she is one of those girls, and I feel like Kaya was one of those industry women who she did her thing as it relates to the industry, but she wasn't hesitant about speaking about her negative experiences as it relates to the industry, which allowed her to open up an avenue to do her own show where she does discuss the celebrities. So thank you, Kaya, for being an inspiration to many of us who have decided that we wanted to go into celebrity entertainment. Right. So that out the way, let's see what's going on with Kaya and Sexy Red. So according to the neighborhood talk, Kaya says people need to stop saying today's female rappers make music similar to hers because she's never rapped about eating man's clappers, nor has she ever gotten exposed for having sex. Don't compare me to these hoes. All right. So that's what Kaya has to say. Let's listen.
Was raised by Trina. Let's get this straight. Let me go on and get this off my chest right quick before I let go. I'm about tired of y'all comparing me to these hoes. See, I said my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. Not these niggas out here and these hoes out here in these streets. Right. I said my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack, and I still stood 10 toes down like a motherfucking queen. Half still wrapped up like the first day. I ain't changed a bit. Okay, it's respect me. It's snatch the motherfucking cat back. It's don't trust no motherfucking nigga. Get your own shit. It's tell that nigga to hit the motherfucking door. You want to fuck these bitches. You want to fuck these hoes. It ain't eat no niggas ass and suck no niggas toes. Y'all hoes couldn't have grown up listening to me because that ain't how the fuck I roll. I done been out here 25 years. Y'all ain't seen no pictures of my pussy, no videos of me sucking dick. My phone ain't never been stolen. Y'all ain't never seen me with no man, bitch. And I got a motherfucking husband. Y'all ain't never seen me do shit. Y'all ain't seen no husband, no children, no nigga I'm fucking, no nigga in the industry got no fucking me. Y'all ain't never seen me twerking. Y'all ain't never seen my pussy hole from the back. Now, Azuka gonna come out when after it's Scorpio season, so she will be out. K naturally comes out, but bitch, it's always queendom and motherfucking goddess over here. Y'all ain't got shit on the queen, but I ain't shit. And these hoes grew up listening to me. Hi!
And that order, queen.
Don't compare me to these hoes. Don't you ever compare me to these hoes. And another thing, bitch, I done raised 2 children, okay? All that. I'm old. I'm off them same songs y'all hating on, the same ones. Everybody sample the same ones that's still here.
And
I've been performing until I run out of breath.
All your music, they sample all your music.
I'm still eating off of all of those hits. See? Okay, so at the end of the day, where you think these little hoes gonna be when they get 50? Where they gonna be? They ain't gonna be sitting up here looking like me. Like them hoes can't. They ain't gonna be. They're not even gonna be here in 25 years. Let alone them tired ass songs that they putting out. So don't you ever say, "Oh, she's the original." Oh, she's unsexy red, bitch. Don't you ever in your life fuck them other hoes. I said it then, and I'm saying it now. Okay, Sean, y'all better know the difference between light and dark. Time done told them this gonna continue to tell. What else we got to gag about? You know that these hoes was raised by Trina. Let's get this.
All right. So, based on listening to the clip and also seeing Sexy Red here respond, I guess because she normally does her gag show where, like I said, she discusses celebrities. So I feel like somewhere in the gag show she must have brought up Sexy Red, which is why Sexy Red is feeling the need to respond. But anyway, Sexy Red says, just another old washed up hag hating on a young turned rich bitch, hating on bad bitches then, and you still a hater. You still a mad hater. Okay. So as it relates to Kaya and I feel like you kind of just have to know who a person is. Know who a person is. You have to know thyself, but you also have to know the people who are around you, right? Like for me, I work in an office. I know who to go to, who not to go to. I know when to speak. I know when to shut up. I know when to work. I know when to go and do something else. I know, right? And I feel like people in the industry, like even though like we have like you guys have all this success, all this money and stuff like that. I feel like we do need to take some kind of element of like knowing, like just like fuck, like just know when to speak and when to just let certain things breeze, like Beyonce, like and it's like um it's kind of crazy because um let me just get on the Beyonce thing and then I'll get into that. But um Beyonce, like if I'm getting into the industry, one of the things that I will have to do is kind of look and observe, look and observe all the people. And it's crazy because like I don't know if they do it in the rap industry, but in football and sports, in the sports aspect of it, they study their opponents. They watch their tapes. They watch everything. They learn everything about their opponents as it relates to the game, right? They study their tapes and stuff like that. And I feel like as artists and stuff like that, I feel like that's something that's like an element or a step that they shouldn't skip over. Study the artists, study all of them, know where they went wrong, know where they went right. Now if it's one thing that Beyonce has done right her entire career, is shut the fuck up. Oh my god, you know how many things have been saved because Beyonce chose to shut the fuck up? And she's a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. We have mastered the art of shutting the fuck up. And when you master the art of shut the fuck up, you know how well to use it. And when you use it well, all the power, all your power stays in your yard, right? And those people who are chitty chitty shack shack, chitty chitty bang bang, I gotta respond to this, I gotta respond to that, rumors, their power gets spread out to everyone, right? Because they care about, they give a fuck about this person opinions, they give a fuck about this person opinion, they give a fuck about everything, right? So essentially I just feel like Sexy Red, baby, take the Beyonce approach. You have a lot going on, right? Humbly, my friend, take the Beyonce approach. Not everything needs a response. Not everything needs a response. Like for me, and it's like back to the art of shutting the fuck up. The key component to the art of shutting the fuck up is realizing that when you shut the fuck up, you have the power. Why? People then are more curious to hear from you. Um, People value what you say when you speak less. People also get to see who the idiot is in the situation. Remember, Jay-Z says when two people are arguing, you can never tell who the idiot is in the situation. And again, I'm not calling Kaya idiot, I'm not calling Sex Red idiot. I'm just like kind of talking about the art of shutting the fuck up at this point. We're gonna stay there. This is where we're gonna stay. When someone goes and they start nagging at someone, right? They start picking bones at someone, and this person doesn't feed anything into them. I learned this as a child. I wasn't able to put it into practice until I was older. But um the person who nags and provokes, and they're seen for who they are because this person chose to shut the fuck up. When you talk and whatever, all you're doing is revealing more about you, not about the other person. You're not revealing anything about the other person. You're revealing everything about how you think, how you process, how you perceive what you see, how you feel, and everything. Which is why doing these kind of things, podcasting and stuff like that, it's very revealing. It's very telling about the person. So you have to really be strong to want to reveal so much about yourself when you understand what it is that is actually going on psychologically, right? So my thing is, Kaya knows who she is, has accepted who she is, and people have accepted Kaya for who she is, right? Sexy Red, you're still trying to find the legs that you stand on within the industry. So I feel like constantly attacking people or responding to people isn't the avenue to go. So what I want Sexy Red to do, my advice to Sexy Red is put a sign on your wall that says shut the F up. And I'm not saying don't speak. I'm not saying don't tell your story. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you feel poked, provoked, you feel like the industry is closing in on you, you feel like people are constantly commenting on you, you feel insecure, you feel whatever you are feeling attacked, look on that wall and do what it says. That will catapult you a lot further than responding, because now when you start to responding, short term you get the engagement, but long term you lose the respect. So I'm not saying shut the fuck up to be disrespectful, because that's what I had to tell myself to. Hey, shut the fuck up, you talking too much. I had to learn that. Yo, stop talking, stop talking, you know. So, Sexy Red, my advice to you is just learn the art of being quiet. And even the reason why I'm even giving this pep talk to Sexy Red is because even the other day she went and she clapped back at Tasha K, and like, Kai has been in the industry for a very, very long time. Kai knows the ins and outs of the industry. Not saying that she'll be able to determine whether you're a successful person or not. Not saying that at all. I'm just saying she knows the in and outs of the industry. So just get into the industry, take the Ice Spice route. Look at what to do, look at the do's and the don'ts, follow that manual and move forward. Now, as for the Kai portion of it, once you know who Kai is, you've accepted who Kai is, you don't really care too much. Right? You'd be like, oh, that's just Kai, and you move on. So anyway, what I'm going to do is shut the fuck up and move on to Young Miami. According to the Shade Room, Young Miami defends her BET Hip Hop Award for Best Hip Hop Platform. Let's listen to what Young Miami had to say.
You didn't like what I said. It wasn't no dish to you.
No,
though,
I just feel
what
I just feel like people always saying that I don't deserve stuff. Why I don't deserve
the
anything?
BT Award.
I work hard. I
You do.
deserve everything.
Mhm.
When I just did my first live podcast, and I was around the corner.
Mhm.
It's new. We in a new time. We in a new generation. I'm bringing something new. So why I don't deserve it?
I just feel like you don't put out enough. If you was putting them out every week, you'd be the biggest
Because
podcast in
that's
the
how I
game.
want to run my show, though. I want people to wait. I want my anticipated. I don't want to drop every week. That's how you just said. You don't like the way everybody doing.
Okay, that's true.
I want to do it. I want people to anticipate my.
But the first year you won it, when Drink Champs and
was
you
a
won it
tie.
at the same time, I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
Diddy,
I
come
ain't had
on
nothing
now.
to do with that. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
That had something to do with it. That's
how. So
Dan
if
Leon.
that's the case, why I ain't with my BMA? If Diddy brought it and it was like, why
true.
he ain't buy that? Why he ain't buy that
You
award?
probably can't afford the VMA. The BET award a little cheap.
He can't afford what?
Yo, shut
No, you
up,
can't
man.
afford the VMA. Creature didn't like what I said. It wasn't no dish to you though.
No,
Chris.
he can't afford what?
You feel like you were taking away from your work and your grind.
Yeah,
That you
I
put in.
don't-
Not true.
I don't-
I love
Let
Carisha,
you talk. Now you
please.
talking over.
I
Let
don't
the
like
lady
that. I
talk.
just feel like as a black woman, people always discrediting us. Like, don't discredit me. I work hard. I'm away from my kids. I get up every morning. I put in the work. Like, I deserve everything that's coming to me. Don't do that.
Well, we can't be a little salty. What if we a little salty?
Yeah, just say that. Just say that. Then I'm like, okay, I feel you. I just feel like I deserve my. Like I'm here. Like God put me here for a reason.
That is true.
And this what He had for me. Like this was destined for me. So don't say I don't deserve it. Just say you was salty, and then I can respect.
Well,
that.
congratulations.
Thank you.
But when people say you was the next Oprah, I was like, y'all don't know where Carisha gonna be. Carisha could be the next Oprah. I definitely said that.
I am.
I don't see why you.
When I say the black Oprah, I mean like coming from the hood, Oprah Section 8 with food stamps like that, like to having a. You can't afford what?
You feel like you're taking away from your work.
Podcast to being one man. I never imagined this to me. So I feel like, I gotta run, and I'm doing everything that I thought I wouldn't do. So I feel like the sky's the limit for me. And
Why wouldn't you dream big? Like, who else is the bar? If you're in that space, like, who else is the bar other than somebody like Oprah?
Right. Podcast to being one man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna be brief on this. We did speak about Carisha receiving the hip hop award for the best platform, for the best hip hop platform, and various people did feel as though her award was bought, um, because the consistency hasn't been there. Now, I get it. There is like the element of, like I mentioned earlier, when you don't speak much, people start to value what you say more, and the demand for you becomes a little bit higher. So someone like me who have a everyday podcast, people may be like, oh, I'll tune into her today, but I won't tune into her tomorrow. Or there'll be some diehard fans that be like, oh no, I can't go a day without the podcast. But I feel like there are going to be those fans, like the Carisha fans, who be like, hey, no, I want to see what's going on with Carisha, who she's sitting down with today. And blase blah. Now, I feel like if this is the approach that Carisha is willingly taking, and it's not just like laziness, like, okay, I'm deliberately only putting out content on a monthly basis, on an every 3-month basis, on every 2-month basis. I just feel like set that schedule. Let your fans know when to kind of like expect your show. Like, or even if you don't do that, I just feel like I don't know how to kind of like explain it. I just feel like I understand her. I understand where she's coming from in terms of, yes, your hard work should be respected and stuff like that. But I find, you know what? Remember what your boyfriend said? Advice, not drag. Advice, not drag. Advice, not drag. All right. So, I just feel like Carisha, it would be nice to see more of you. So if you can incorporate like a schedule for us to know more about, when these interviews, like even if like on a yearly basis, like, okay, well, you know what, in February we're going to sit down with Nicki Minaj. In May, we're sitting down with Beyonce. In November, we're sitting down with JC. And those are the 3 interviews we're going to do this year. And these are the dates. So get ready, get amped up. I feel like it kind of just put the fans on guard on when to expect it and stuff like that. Not like go off the whim, like, oh, I haven't done a podcast in a while. Let me sit down and do a podcast with who? Ari. Let's do a podcast and do that. I feel like let it be a little bit more structured. But again, to each his own. For those of you who feel like Carisha's podcast is the best hip hop platform, then kudos to you. To each his own. To each his own. What I find good may not be what you find good, right? So that's what I'm going to say on that. So let's see what Miss Cardi B had to say about the whole Sasha K situation, right? So Cardi B, I guess she responded to Sasha K, and when she responded to Sasha K, everybody got excited. So Cardi B was like, okay, everybody calm down, next topic. So let's see what Cardi B had to say.
Friends always tell me this. They say that I am the toughest, weakest bitch. But my heart is very big. and I'm not gonna make decisions right away about things. I'm not gonna make decisions right away because I got burnt so many times in life. I don't want to talk to my friends because my friends are looking at me like, bitch, don't you fucking ever. I'm not gonna talk to my husband because my husband is calling me a pussy. And I'm not gonna talk to my fans because I know the chat don't play about me. But I'm gonna talk to my mom. I'm gonna talk to my mom tomorrow. Because let me tell you something. I could tell when somebody, my friends always tell me this. They say,
I hit her today. This is what I said to her.
Okay, let me play that over again.
that
One
I
second.
am the toughest, weakest bitch. But my heart is very big. And I'm not gonna make decisions right away about things. I'm not gonna make decisions right away because I got burnt so many times in life. I don't want to talk to my friends because my friends are looking at me like, bitch, don't you fucking ever. I'm not gonna talk to my husband because my husband is calling me a pussy. And I'm not gonna talk to my fans because I know the chat don't play about me. But I'm gonna talk to my mom. I'm gonna talk to my mom tomorrow. Because let me tell you something. I could tell when somebody, my friends,
Okay. So I wished like hell I even played it twice because I was hoping they would have the entire clip of what Miss Cardi B said as it relates as it relates to Tasha K. So this has been going on for years, buku amount of years, okay? Between Cardi B and Tasha K. Now, I think what I think I heard, right? Again, don't take this as fact because again, I wish we had the full clip to play, but I feel like what I heard from some of the clips floating around was that hey, you know what, Cardi B was going to investigate how to kind of pull back on the demands for the money and try to end this rivalry that they've had going on all these years because she can tell that, you know, Tasha K is reaching out and it was genuine in some way, shape, or form. Again, don't take it for fact. You guys can research and try to find the actual Twitter. Oops, wrong. Oop, wait, that way, yes, the I'm trying to like point to it, but the actual Twitter spaces that Cardi B was a part of. Now, how do I feel about this whole Cardi B and Tasha K reconnecting thing? I feel like if it's authentic, then go for it. I've always said, when are these two going to be best friends already? Because they're like one and the same. And I feel like I stand on that. I feel like it's one of those situations where, you know, like you ever had that best friend? Like you see people and they have that best friend that they've been riding with for like 20 years, but no one knows that the first 3 to 5 years that they knew each other, they was fighting at odds. Like, you know, I'm not saying that's how it's going to turn out for Cardi B and Tasha K. But I am saying that stranger things have happened, right? I have been screaming for months now, somewhat even tracking Cardi B. And sorry, Cardi, if you come across this, like, you know, 5, 10 years down when I get famous and rich and all that, speaking it into existence, thank you, God. But I have been one dragging Cardi B because I feel like, hey, she should have been more sympathetic to Tasha K. I feel like a lot of times celebrities, they have all the money, they have the power to destroy you. And I feel like when you have the money and the power to destroy someone, you should hold it very delicately in your hand. I remember a couple years ago watching this stand-up comedian, right? And this is how I felt about the whole Cardi B thing. Like, um, the comedian basically said, "Don't um give Jamaica," like it's a it's a stand-up comedy. Like, let's not even take it too personal. I'm Jamaican too. But he said basically as like as the world, like, we should never ever give Jamaica full control like of like nuclear power and like certain things. Like, matter of fact, that's not what he said. I'm lying. What he said was we can't have like a Jamaican be like a president of like the United States. He said something like that, right? And he was like, the reason is not because of all of these structural things that actually prevents a non-citizen to be a president, but because if a Jamaican was to sit in the Oval Office, they would have been like, "Our Russia say, our Russia say," and push the bomb to blow Russia up because they have the power to do so. No, it's way more funnier when this comedian said it, but it's like one of those things where you do have the power to literally blow up someone's country, right? So imagine Cardi B having the power to blow up Tasha K's entire country because Tasha K decided to speak out against her, right? A person, I feel like, with emotional intelligence, with wisdom, with knowledge would know like, hey, I have the power to literally destroy you, right? And I feel like Cardi B wasn't like coming from an aspect of understanding where her power lies. I feel like she allowed Tasha K to trick her into thinking she had no more power. Remember, it goes back to our conversation before where I told you guys, once you respond to every negative critique, your power is now removed from you and is dispelled to everyone around you. So I feel like Cardi B was tricked to think like, hey, I don't have this much power to destroy you. And because Cardi B started to feel insecure about her position and who she is and where her power lies, she wanted to prove to Tasha K that she can indeed destroy her. And she did indeed have the power, where I felt like, yo, Cardi, why do you even have to do this? Like, why do you even have to do this? Like, imagine the United States deciding that they want to blow up Jamaica in the morning. Like, why would you even, like, you can't even compare the two. Like, Jamaica will be gone if the United States decided to do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, understand where your power lies and stay there. Stay there. So thank God that this 3 year, 4 year, however long this beef has been going on, has officially come to an end. All right. So
like
this is a clip that I got from Mob's World. Shout out to Millie. She said, this is, let me see what's going on here. So basically, JT sat down in the interview, and according to Millie, ASAP Bari says JT is a stone cold lie. So let's listen to what JT said, and let's listen, and then we'll read what Bari had to say about her lying. Okay, so let's listen to what Bari says JT's lying about.
When I walk up, Barbie like, yeah, bitch, I'm sitting
So
right
Barry
here.
supposed to get up.
Yeah, he must have got up and been written. You got what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
when I got down there, you supposed to check him as soon as I got down there. Like, get up and let my girl sit down. You get what I'm trying to say? He acting like he drunk and delirious and he don't know what's going on at Bari. So I'm gonna turn up in his bitch because he know like how I am.
Because it got picked up and reported as like the whole Ice Spice situation.
Yeah, I know,
like,
but I was like when and me and Uzi went back in the award show, and he sat directly back next to Ice Spice, and I sat where Barbie was sitting, so it was never a problem. But people won't report that,
Right. Yeah.
and I have to go on there and like make people make me get mad at this girl or like, oh, you mad, you jealous, you like, I'm like, you ain't even hear me say nothing about woman, bitch, nothing, like girl, sis, nothing. Like even when I walked up, I said hi to her, but when I was walking up, I was so upset because the artist is supposed to be there. It was never about that. It's about that you made it like this when I.
All right. So basically, I don't know if you guys saw this clip from the Breakfast Club interview of the City Girls, but it was basically Carisha discussing her podcast and JT addressing the BET Awards, where they say she was allegedly fighting because she was jealous of Ice Spice and Little Uzi. Little Uzi shout out Ice Spice in his performance, and in addition to that, he wanted to sit next to Ice Spice. So rumor had it that, hey, JT was just jealous, and to be quite honest, if she was indeed just jealous, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? It's nothing wrong with seeing your boyfriend flirt with somebody else and be jealous by it. Like, nothing wrong. What I feel like would have been wrong is perhaps her reaction, but then again, we don't know if that's why she was mad. Just give me all the backstory, right? So while everything was going on about everyone was going on about her um being upset about Ice Spice, look, they asked her at the Breakfast Club what happened that day, like what happened, and her this was her response. Now Bari, if I'm kind of understanding these things correctly, don't take this piece of this for fact, but if I remember correctly, I think Bari is like Little Uzi's friend or something like that. And JT is saying, hey, Bari should have got up and allowed me to sit. I wasn't arguing with Ice Spice. I was arguing about the fact that I didn't have a seat and Bari didn't get up. Like, like I was just arguing up. I was kind of upset about that. So I personally listening to JT can you can understand it, right? When you're with your guy and he's with his guys and you aren't like really the like you aren't feeling like you're like his priority, or you're not feeling like he is making space for you, so you snap on him. Like, I've been in that position before, so I can understand where JT is coming from. But what Bari is saying is, stop lying. He says he ain't want you sitting there, dumb bitch. And then he also says she was really mad about Ice Spice, not about me. She called him a groupie because he was sitting next to Ice Spice. Okay, so there Bari goes again, also dotting his eyes and crossing reminds, oh god, I'm sorry. The camera flips it and I'm trying to like point toward, I'm trying to point towards this thing here. Like, like look, I've been on TikTok and I've been making TikToks all last week. New on TikTok. So I'm like doing the TikTok thing, pointing towards this thing here. And it's like, for those of you who are listening to this, look, just don't even pay me no mind. But back to Bari and JT. Now, I feel like Bari is calling her out. Bari is like, okay, so what do you mean when he said he was a groupie? Right? Now, I feel like two things can be right. She could have been mad that Bari didn't get upset. That didn't get, I said didn't get upset, didn't get up out of the seat. But she can also be mad that he was flirting with Ice Spice. Two things can be um right. And I feel like in this industry, celebrities who are being trained and mentored and stuff like that, they know. And I even gave her this advice a little bit earlier on in the year when the BET Awards came out, saying that she can't like let people see her sweat. Like, even if Usain Bolt sweating, drenched in sweat, you don't let them see that, right? You don't let them see that. It's none of their business, right? And I think that's the approach that JT is trying to take. Like, hey, no, I wasn't sweating because of Ice Spice. I was just upset about the seat and all of that. Now, does it really even make a difference? I feel like no. Whether she was upset about Ice Spice or upset about Bari, whichever one it is, I think JT wanted to go down in history that she was upset about Bari. But I feel like when history tells this story, it's always going to be that she was upset about Ice Spice, right? But I feel like the main thing to take away from this, JT, is to never act out of character again. Let that be a learning lesson. And I feel like it is hard. It is heart telling people, oh, don't be yourself, don't show regular human emotions, don't do this, don't do that. But think of these TV shows as these podcasts, these radio shows, these award shows. Think of all of them as showing up to work. If I decided to show up to work with all my man problems, all my child care problems, all my problems I have going on at home, I ain't gonna have a job. You know what I mean? So I feel like, JT, moving forward, I'm not telling you to suppress your emotions and don't feel how you feel. I'm saying just don't handle it at work. It looks bad, right? Anyway, hopefully you guys were kind of able to understand what I was saying as it relates to that. But yeah, let's move on. That was back a couple months ago. So yeah. Um so this is JT going back at ASAP Bari, where she say hoe ass niggas be so jealous. Um Again, like,
back to
JT, remember, let me give you the same advice I gave to Sexy Red, right? You sat down on the Breakfast Club, you cleared your name. Why address Bari again? So remember that shut the fuck up sign that Sexy Red is now going to paste in her room on her wall. I want you to do the same thing. Paste it on your wall. And when you feel like you want to respond to someone where you're going to give your power away, look at that wall and say, shut the fuck up. Right? It is, and trust me, it is maturing. It is maturity. But I just feel like, even like I swear I'm not being mean when I say shut the fuck up. Like, even like YouTubers, like who, like regular degla YouTubers, and I have to say it, like little old me, regular degla YouTubers, when they have gotten a level of success, their advice always, when they're like saying, okay, I'm gonna be like, oh, welcome to my channel, I have 100K subscribers, let me tell you how to get to 100K. What you're gonna do is this, that, and the third. In those videos, because of course I'll watch them, people always tell you, don't respond to the negative comments. They are dime a dozen. Like, don't respond to it. So I just feel like she had it. She caught it. Right? She caught it with the Breakfast Club interview and then gave it away by responding to Bari. Like, don't respond, JT. Come on, girlies. All right. Okay, so I exited out of that. Let me try to catch up to where I'm supposed to be. All right, so Krishan. Remember, Jaden and Blueface, they are engaged now. So where does Krishan fits into this story? We don't quite know, but the story is still developing. So as the story develops, the Neighborhood Talk says Krishan Rock believes that Blueface proposal to Jaden Alexis was a publicity stunt and that the ring was made for her. Okay, let's see how this unfolds.
Right. And I don't troll for real. I just got receipts and I be telling the truth. So, and then I'm ready to say something else, but it's no need to say that. Y'all already know. Come on now. If you know I ain't responding, it's because that's the crazy. That's just. I think honestly, can I be honest? I think that whole shit was probably a publicity stunt. Because that same day, I mean, I feel like I don't even have to say that because never mind. Long story short, don't believe the internet. Like, a lot of motherfuckers is trolling right now. They're trying to take advantage of the limelight, and I'm becoming a new Krishan, bro. And I could be real with y'all, or I could just let y'all see it for what it is by yourself. You feel me? So I'm gonna turn a new cheek, a new me. I ain't even going to explain what's going on. But I am going to explain everything what's going on in the new Cam Newton content. Oh, God, I'm snitching on niggas. Like, yep, this what happened, Cam Newton. Did you not know? Yep, that's a damn lie. Nope, that was fraud. Nope. Or, depending what it is, I think we probably collab on some football shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the best quarterback in the whole entire world. What the fuck? My brother loves that nigga. No damn well that was my Ravens. Man, people be trolling, right? And I don't troll for real. I just got
All right. Krishan. Do you guys? I was talking to my friends this weekend, and I was just like, hey, like, what is like one thing that just randomly comes to your mind, right? And one of my friends, he was just like, I'd be randomly thinking about death, like, and I'm like, okay. And for me, it was how my parents, oh my God, I hope they aren't watching this or they never see this, but it was a matter of how my mom and my dad were like literally right about every single thing they told me not to do. So I remember being a child, my parents saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. And I was like, I was a good child for a very long time. Then I dibble dabbled into my rebellion era, but I just knew that overall I was a good child, but I had that rebellion streak in me. So if you told me not to do something, I will covertly do it. Let me just say that I will covertly do it, and or like sometimes I'll like plainly do it, but I'll still get it done anyway. Krishan, listen to the people that are talking to you, the people that love you, the people that care about you. Like, we're genuinely wanting the best for you. And every time you get on this internet and you complain about Blueface or the situation, it's just like, damn dog, damn Danielle. But then it's like the other part of my head, again, I can't judge Krishan because I've been through similar shit. So it's like, how you gonna be the pot calling the kettle hot? Like, you can't do that, right? So there's multiple things going on with this analysis as it relates to Krishan. The main subjective thing that I can say is, what is it that Krishan wants to be known for, right? We're not going to judge her for the decisions she's made. We're not going to judge her for staying with Krishan, with Blueface, because we've all, as females, dealt with some sort of Blueface in our lives, right? Whether as a friend or a romantic partner, we've all dealt with someone that just really clashes with us, right? So I'm sorry about that. So my thing is, Krishan, I would love for you to sit down and just do an assessment. Like, what do I want to know for be known for? Do I want to be known for the girl that constantly fights, the bad girl? Do I want to be known as the singer, rapper um who did It's a Vibe All the Time, that hit song that a lot of people shockingly loved? Or do you want to be known as Blueface baby mama? Now, we are multifaceted people, so these are all the components that you are. But again, bringing up the work analogy, right? At work, they think I am the perfect girl who does her work, sometimes calls out, but does her work. She's so nice, always saying good morning. But they think I am this goody two show. Hey, yeah, hi guys, how are you? Yeah. Let's get the work done. I'm gonna scan these, blah blah. Yeah, at work, they think so much of me. But again, I am a multifaceted person. They don't know that I fucking curse. They don't know that I give it up like this on the internet. They don't know nothing. This is not their business, right? Now I'm here. I'm on the I'm on the podcast, right? I'm discussing these celebrities. You don't know what happened in my life last night. You're just like, oh, she seems like a cool, entertaining chick, right? There's certain things that I just feel like if you're going to work, like after a while, you want to maintain like a certain image. And I feel like Krishan hasn't decided what that imagery is going to be. Now I get it. As a celebrity, you just kind of want to be yourself. You want to just speak out, connect with your fans and let me tell them what's going on. I am just, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I am just petrified as to how this will impact her career outside of baddies. I'm just a little bit nervous about how this is going to work out a couple years from now, like how it'll age for her. You know what I mean? But hey, we'll just like move on. Like even okay, perfect exam. God, you know, say you're good. You're good. No, I feel like the God system maybe I struggle and I don't want to step on nobody's toes today. So what I'm trying to say is look at fucking Jada Waiter, Des Dior. These are people who they've been through some rocky shit. Jada Waiter has been through it with Little Baby. Does she like look at how she carries herself? There's rumors that Little Baby's dating this person, that person. A lot of rumors going on. Do you see Jada Waiter? She's out somewhere drinking, having the time of her life. Like, you know what? Krishan, I love you. And I'm like, do I want to tell Krishan to get one of those shut the fuck up posters and post it on her wall? Um let's move on. Gunplay him and if I remember correctly, Gunplay and DJ Envy got into it a couple months ago. Then his wife accuses him of like putting a gun to her head with the baby, and they're getting a divorce. That's if my memory serves me correctly. So let's not take that for a fact. But according to the Shade Room, Gunplay has been arrested after violating the restraining order against Von Shay. Now, this is not a story that I really want to speak much on. All I really want to say is violating a restraining order is absolutely no reason to be sitting in jail because you don't have the mental capacity or the emotional ability to stay away from someone and follow the general rules that have been set forth to maintain a healthy relationship. After you did what you did allegedly a couple months back, where it was you were playing on the game, she told you, hey, baby, you gotta sleep, keep it down, and you did what you did in that room. I wasn't there. Um, the least you should be able to do is respect her restraining order. Now, Molly Sue in the comment section says, "Girl, buy a gun now." Now, I would never really advise anyone um on that. I would always say, hey, like have a security guard, have someone that loves you, have like like wherever you live, have one of those apartments or condos or homes or whatever where there is security there and you are going to be able to be safe. So I won't really tell somebody to go and do that, but what I am saying is as it relates to Gunplay, like sitting in jail for violating a restraining order is just not given what you think it's given. Okay, So let's see what's going on with Millie. So Millie had, let me go back real quick. Millie had posted this on Mom's World, and what Millie said was, "Child, in the midst of Little Uzi friends calling his girlfriend a bitch, he has come forward and confessed that the relationship hasn't been in the best shape." So Little Uzi Vert says, Why not stop now because business doesn't work? Hold on, wait. Let me let me catch myself real quick. Okay, so he says, "Why not stop now? Because business doesn't work like that. I have one more. I have one more album to turn in. After that, I can finally genuinely smile. I've been getting judged from day one. I never respond to negativity. I have a talented. I have a talent, but I also," he said talented, "I have a talent, but I also have a heart and have been holding in a lot. I'm not as close to my family as I should be. My relationship isn't in the best shape. I just want to breathe. But don't get me wrong, I have a lot of supporters that love me and love what I do. I've also changed many lives, and every single one of y'all changed my life. I can never repay my fans for the blessings that you gave me. I've been distant from everyone lately, even if they are sending if they're standing right next to me." So um this is the most I've ever heard from Little Uzi Vert. Like, I've been like catching up on some of the past things that has like happened with the celebrities and stuff like that, but being someone that is new to keeping up with the behind the scenes of these celebrities, this is the most I've seen from Little Uzi Vert. And I just want to say kudos to Little Uzi Vert for being man enough and emotionally and mentally stable enough to kind of eloquently express his emotions. I don't feel like you have to be one of those people who don't have emotions, right? I just feel like the way you express it can also be um the factor that can make or break you. Remember, I gave those ladies the shut the fuck up sign, um because if they would have eloquently put something together, I feel like it's more digestible. But when you're just acting off of emotion and just saying whatever, the first thing that comes to your mind, I feel like that is a recipe for chaos. So here Little Uzi Vert is literally saying, "Hey, shout out to my fans, thank you guys for everything. I'm just not in the right space right now as it relates to my family, as it relates to my relationship. I'm trying to get this album done." And I feel like that is him also like allowing his fans into his life a little bit, but not too much, allowing his fans to see, "Hey, I I'm not doing too good, but I'm here, I'm here. This is where I'm at." Now I feel like we don't know how Little Uzi Vert addressed Bari behind the scenes for the JT bitch comment. I do hope that any man that I am dealing with personally um will have friends who respect me enough to not refer to me as such. But we don't know if he addressed it or not, right? We don't know if he addressed it behind the scenes or not, so we're not even going to speak on that. I just feel like Little Uzi Vert, not to jump too much into this, to the whole tit for tat thing that's going on with Bari, JT, Little Uzi Vert, because I feel like that too shall pass as it relates to the industry and the content and stuff like that. What I want to take away from the situation is the eloquence of this. see how he eloquently put this together. That's what I want the girlies in the hip hop industry to really think about, and how I want them to address things moving forward. You can speak your mind, you can have your emotions, you can feel how you want to feel, but when you are expressing that to a group of millions of people, it's better to not do so off of emotions because it can be interpreted very differently. All right. So we are an hour, almost 2 hours into the show. I kind of want to see how many topics we have left. All right. So not too much, but we'll jump into the rest of the topics tomorrow, of course, because again, it is not too much. But what I do want to close off this show with is celebrating Miss Ice Spice at Powerhouse. Sorry. Ice Spice, she did her thing. So let's just celebrate her real quick. This was her. All right. So um Ice Spice, I feel like she is one of the girlies who are definitely doing what needs to be done. Aesthetically, she's doing what needs to be done in terms of her reputation and how she's being perceived. She is on top of it. On top of it, on top of it. And what I want the girlies to do, the JTs, the Sexy Reds, the Cardi B's, to look at what Ice Spice is doing. I feel like, and I'm not gonna say she studied the other artists or whatever. I just feel like either she has someone, either this girl is just like really freaking smart, or she has a good mentor behind her, or she has done like what I've advised the other girlies to do. Get to know how you want to show up in the world, right? Ice Spice is not perfect. She literally clapped back at one of the girlies the other day for coming at her and Nikki, and I think I'm gonna get into that tomorrow. So she does it eloquently, eloquently with grace. Okay, um, I feel like Ice Spice, she has her own style. Just I even wanted to show this real quick. For those of you who are looking at this on YouTube, just to show you like she sang the song showing her panty or whatever, and she literally came on stage showing her panty, right? Now some people may say, hey, like the way she dressed a little bit too vulgar, blah 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 blah. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But um for those of you who she is your shot of Henny, I just feel like Ice Spice is doing everything that the girlies need to do in terms of the way how they're perceived by everyone, right? Follow in Ice Spice's footsteps. Now, with that, my friend being said, we have been sitting here for a while, and I want to start work because I got a 9 to 5. Okay, I got me a 9 to 5. Hold on one second, I'm looking something up on the internet. Right. Um, Remember, guys, our quote of the day by Mark Manson. I loves me some Mark Manson. And his quote of the day was, challenge yourself to find the good and beautiful thing inside of everyone you meet. It is your job to find it, not their job to show you. Now, I really chose this quote because it kind of hit home with me. I remember last week, all week, my boyfriend was telling me, hey, take a new direction as it relates to your podcast, as it relates to your YouTube. Try to put out positive content out there. Try to show how to um kind of like give advice to people, being that you're looking at these celebrities situations on the external level. So I've decided to take that approach, and I feel like this quote ties perfectly into this, where, hey, um what you call it, find the good in people. Find the good in people. It's not their job to say, oh, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, look what I did for you. No, it's your job to sit down and be like, oh, nah, like, this person's a dope artist. You could find one good thing in any and everybody on this planet Earth. It doesn't matter who it is, right? You can find something good about them. And not to really even bring this up, like, people even talk about Hitler and talk about what a good orator he was, and what a good speaker he was, right? Like, what a good leader he not I wouldn't say good leader, but how good he was at being able to convince people to do such heinous acts, right? So he was really good at that. So that's even a good thing that you can say about him, right? So you can find a good thing about literally anyone, which is what I'm going to challenge you guys to do today. Thank you guys for tuning in and sitting with me through this entire thing. For those of you who did, for those of you who bounced in, bounced out, that's fine as well. We're here. We're here to do this thing. And yeah, so with that being said, today is Monday, October the 30th, and have an awesome and productive day. Okay. And oh yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to comment on the topics below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely respond to the comments on these on these shows and stuff, like these podcast shows and stuff like that, so we can like start a conversation there. Like always, I never want to leave you guys at the ending. I feel like the ending is always a freaking drag, but yeah. Laters. Bye.